Welcome back to Half Moon's Picks. Week 6 is here. Week 5 is in the books. And let's go right to the leaderboard. Leaderboard is now, we got a new leaderboard. Actually, tied for the leaderboard is Turcudo. Is that right? Turcudo and Moby Plado. Don't ask me. I can't pronounce these names. They are 47 and 31 ATS wise and tied with Uncle Jay. I am currently 41 wins, so I'm down there. I just wish I had better confidence points. I would have placed those a little bit better. I'd probably be up in the rank. I mean, at 24, I'm still pretty good, but there's a lot of competition in this, contest pick. And congratulations, all you guys are doing great. I'm in 3 pick'em pools. And I'm in 10th place, 12th place, and on my own, 24th place. It tells you the level of competition. I'm not saying the other pools aren't good, but this one just, woo-wee, put some money involved. People are playing. They no joke. You guys are all awesome. Last week, my best bets. Oh, one thing, Ann, please, I was in on my video, and Ann just comes up. We were talking about, they don't think my best bets were gonna play out this week. Not good best bets. Last week I said that they were kind of square. They're all favored picks. But I went 3-0. Well, Green Bay was one of them, and the Yahoo spread was 3, but I got them at -2.5 on game day, so I cashed them in. So I'm saying, okay, if you want one, I picked Philadelphia against the spread. They are underdogs, so yeah, I like them. We were just talking, and Ann, out of the clear blue sky, this girl, Ann, seriously, you come out and said, I'm not good enough prognosticator to make best bets. It's just breaking my heart right there, Ann. You think you're the last woman's gonna break my heart? Probably not. Take a ticket. But last week I went 6-2-2 overall. I went 3-0-1 in my teasers. Only 1-2 on my unders and overs on Twitter again. But my best bets were 2-0-1. If you would have played these bets on game day, you would have got 8-2. And if you would have played the Philadelphia bet, I picked in the video comments, you got 9-2. So, but as the record stands, I'm going 6-2-2. I think that's pretty good. Overall, for the full year, I'm 41 and 37. That's betting all the games. Of course, these are the Yahoo lines. You can probably get better lines. Obviously, if you're going like Bet Online or Bovada, that's the way it is. But Ann, take me back, please. All right, and in the news, we are at week 1 of the buys. We have 9 weeks altogether of teams big buys, so we won't have 16 regular games in the full season until another 9 weeks from now. We got Atlanta and New Orleans, New York Jets, and the San Francisco 49ers all on the bye for the first week of buys. Next, I want to talk mainly, I try to make this quick, John Gruden. I see a lot of people bashing him. I totally get it. I didn't read none of the emails. I tried to get as much information as I could. John Gruden, he's an older guy. He's older than I am, and he's old school. And he's a tough football coach, and he tells you how it is. I mean, when I was in the military, they would call you the P word. That's basically the kitten word. So they would call you that. They would call you the F word, not the big F word, even sometimes the big F word. That used to be a word that, was synonymous with, cigarettes, back in the 1920s and older. But basically, what I did read, he did target some people like Michael Sam when he was trying to enter the league. That is totally wrong. You don't target a person and label them and call them names like that. That's totally wrong. And what I heard is, John Gruden, this was an email 10 years ago. So a lot has changed from then. So, what I heard, he apologized for the emails from 10 years ago, and, they made up and blah, blah, blah. Like I said, 10 years ago, you got to remember when social media was just breaking out. I was in groups of, not, like email groups from older friends who would send you jokes and pictures. I understand John Gruden would send cheerleader pictures out, to his friends, and that was the, pre-social media, back then. And this is what they're finding. So, before, when email was new, they're like, hey, see these pictures, see these pictures. That was brand new. But people today think, oh my God, naked cheerleaders in email. Who does that? And not many people do that anymore. There's now really no email groups anymore, and jokes and email. And I totally get, this was, like I said, this was a long time ago. And even my football coaches would just, spill these kind of things. You gather around, ladies. I remember my coach always saying this, and was it your vagina hurt or what? I totally get it. I understand. That was then. There's no excuse for now, but you gotta remember these emails were 10 years ago. And here I hear just people bashing him. He's not doing it now. He's not doing it yesterday. He's doing this 10 years ago. So this is what I gathered. So I understand I have two sides of this. I understand if you targeted somebody, like I said, I didn't read the emails, but if you targeted somebody and said, yeah, that's a no matter if it was 10 years ago or was it yesterday. I totally get it. But, being a hard-nosed coach and sending out pictures and jokes and whatever, I get that before, the social media. I joined social media like MySpace back in 2008. And these emails were around, 2007 to 2011, something like that. I tried to get as much information as I could. I'm just giving you my opinion on it. That's what I think. I'm not ready to bash him. And what I think, he just walked off. He said, and being older than I am, he said, this was a long time ago. If you want to bring this up now, I'm done, But sad, he could have got 10%. If he would have finished the 10 years, I think he would have got 10% of the Raiders, property of the Raiders, ownership, of the Raiders. I liked Gruden. I'm not bashing him. I understand, to a point. I don't know how bad it was or anything. I'm sure more information will come and I might change my opinion. But just knowing I'm not ready to throw him under the bus yet. That's me, I like Gruden, but we'll see. I could be totally wrong. All right. That being said, let's get on with the picks. Thursday, NFL Network, we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers traveling to the Philadelphia Eagles. The Philadelphia Eagles are a 7-point home dog. Tampa Bay 4-1, 1-1 on the road, and 2-3 ATS wise. Philadelphia, we got 2-3. It was an 0-2 home record and a 2-3 ATS as well. Philadelphia, they haven't won it yet at home. I'm sure they're willing to, but Tampa Bay's just been destroying people. Philadelphia, I watched that game and I picked them last week. They did win, but that whole game, up until near the end, they just had nothing, man. They couldn't even get, a first down at all. They looked so bad. I think they did come on at the end. They did play well at the end, but, you got to play 4 quarters, And Tampa Bay, other than their secondary, has some holes in it, they are just on spot. Their offense is just top notch. So, me on this game, I am taking the Tampa Bay Buccaneers minus 7 points. Next, we got the game in London. Another great, fantastic game in London. Oh my God. Can we just send them the worst teams and just play them over there? I don't know. Miami Dolphins are playing against the Jacksonville Jaguars, who always seem to play there every year. They probably end up moving over there. And Jacksonville is a 3.5 dog. We got the Miami Dolphins 1-4, 1-2 on the road. And 2-3 ATS wise, we got Jacksonville Jaguars 0-5, 0-3 at home. This is considered a home game, or you can do 0-2 on the road. And Jacksonville is 1-4 ATS wise. Jacksonville, they lost 20 games straight. The only teams historically worse than the Jacksonville Jaguars, who lost 29 straight games, was the Chicago Cardinals back in 1942 and 1945. Yeah, we'll go way back. But if you want to go with just the Super Bowl era, we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on their first year starting in 1976 and 1977 with the creamsicle helmets. They lost 26 straight. So Jacksonville's on that. Will they do it? Man, it's hard to lose 26 games. I couldn't only imagine. On this game, since they're both bad teams, and I know Tua, it might be scheduled to play. They probably are playing with Miami. Miami is on back-to-back road games, per se. Later on the road, and then they're traveling to London. So I like the rookie in Jacksonville, Trevor Lawrence, and he's got to win sometime. I don't see him going 0-16. He's getting better and better every week. So give me Jacksonville plus the 3.5. I think this could be a field goal game. I'm getting a half point, so give me Jacksonville plus 3.5. Next, we got the Green Bay Packers traveling to the Chicago Bears. The Chicago Bears are a 4.5 point home dog. Green Bay 4-1, 2-1 on the road, and they are 4-1 ATS wise, so they are cashing tickets. Chicago 3-2 and 2-0 at home. They are 3-2 ATS wise as well, so they're doing it well ATS wise. So both teams, doing great. Packers, man, what the Crosby? What are you doing? You're missing so many field goals. They should have covered by far than the 3 last week in Cincinnati. Here they are, back-to-back road games, divisional matchup. Last year it was a blowout. Green Bay did destroy Chicago 35-16. But this is a different Chicago team. Their defense is top notch. I got them on my fantasy team. 4.5 points. This could be a field goal game. I like how the Chicago defense will probably hold that Packers offense. Now, will the Chicago offense, play well against the Green Bay defense? The Green Bay defense is mediocre and Chicago offense mediocre. It could happen. So I think it's a low-key, low-scoring game. And you get 4.5 points. It means a lot. Teams can win by 3, can win by 4. So give me Chicago plus that 4.5. Next, we got the Cincinnati Bengals traveling to the Detroit Lions at Ford Field. Yeah, Cincinnati Bengals are 3-2, 1-1 on the road, and 2-3 ATS wise. Detroit Lions 0-5, 0-2 at home, and 3-2 ATS wise. So Detroit's better ATS game. Cincinnati has 4 of their 5 games have won by a field goal or lost by a field goal. Deciding it, Detroit, lost by a field goal with Minnesota, lost by a field goal, and what's that, Baltimore game? Here it is, 3 points. Imagine that. It might push. I don't know. I'm taking the home team. Joe Burrow is expected to play, by the way. He had that throat concussion. Throat concussion. What is that? Anyway, throat contusion, bruised throat. I don't know. Anyway, give me Detroit plus that 3 points. Next, we got the Houston Texans traveling to the Indianapolis Colts. The Indianapolis Colts are a 10-point home favorite in a divisional game. Houston off a loss, Indianapolis on a win. Indianapolis off a loss as well. They lost Monday night on a short week. Here they are playing in a divisional match. Houston 1-4 record with the 0-2 road record. 3-2 ATS wise overall. Indianapolis Colts 1-4 and with the 0-2 home record. 3-2 again ATS as well. Like I said, divisional game. I think Davis Mills is playing a little bit better. Indianapolis on a short week. Divisional game, 10 points. It's just, you got 2 teams that are 1-4 in a divisional game, and they're giving 10 points. I don't know. I'll take 10 points. I don't care who's playing. So give me the Houston Texans plus 10 points. Next, we got the Los Angeles Rams traveling to the New York Giants. The New York Giants are a 10.5 point home dog. 10.5 points. And home, too. The Rams are 4-1, 2-0 on the road, 3-2 ATS wise. The New York Giants are 1-4, 0-2 at home, and 2-3 ATS wise. Like I said last week, I like Galladay, I like Jones, I like Barkley. I think they're all out. And even if some of them do, they have so many injuries. They're so banged up. I can't say who's playing and who's not. Mike Glennon might be the quarterback. You know, I used to, be a Bucks fan, living in Bucks, when I lived down there. And he did. Once in a while, he'd play a great game, but majority of the time, not so much. Here we got Rams. They got off a long week as they played Thursday night the week before. So I know they're on back-to-back road games. But Giants, man, I don't know who's going to show up. Remember that game last year where they, had the 3 quarterbacks for the Broncos? They're all out because of COVID or whatever. That's why I feel like this Giants team's going to be like, it's just going to be a total disaster. So give me the Los Angeles Rams minus 10.5 points. Next, we got the Kansas City Chiefs traveling to the Washington football team. I got scoffed for that last week. I'm sorry if I mentioned the R word. The Kansas City Chiefs are 2-3 and 1-1 on the road, and they are 1-4 ATS wise, so they ain't covering. Washington football team is almost said it again. 2-3 and 1-2 at home. 1-4 ATS wise as well. They're not covering either. Washington is a 6.5 point home dog. Kansas City lost 2 in a row. I don't think they're gonna lose 3. They're definitely gonna be a good team to pick, but I'm saving them for later when they got easier schedule. Washington is a pretty easy schedule. Heineke, I like him, but he could just turn that ball over so much. But Kansas City's defense is so bad. I think he'll have some success, but I don't think Kansas City 6.5 points. Yeah, give you Kansas City minus 6.5 points. Next, we got the Minnesota Vikings traveling to the Carolina Panthers. The Carolina Panthers are a 1.5 point home favorite. Minnesota 2-3, 0-2 on the road, 2-3 ATS wise. As Carolina is 3-2, 2-1 at home, and 3-2 as well ATS wise. Christian McCaffrey should be coming back. He's likely to play. He's been practicing. Cook is back for the Vikings, so both these teams should have their run game in place. They both play. But Minnesota, you look at Minnesota, they have literally no second half points in their last 4 games. They play a good first game, and then second half nothing. They just get back to conservative. Minnesota might take the lead first half. I see Carolina maybe coming back. Darnold off a bad game, off a loss. So this is a good do up, do down. Give me Carolina 1.5 points, the home team, and chalk that as a victory. Next, we get the LA Chargers traveling to the Baltimore Ravens. The Baltimore Ravens are a 3.5 point home favorite. 3.5 point Baltimore. Most people are, and I'm assuming they're guessing Baltimore's such a run-heavy team that they're just going to run over the Chargers because Chargers cannot stop the run. Cleveland just ran all over them. Raiders tried to do some kind of run thing going on. I don't know what that was, but anyways, the Chargers are 4-1 and they're 2-0 on the road and 4-1 ATS wise. The cashing machine. Baltimore 4-1 and 1-0 at home and 2-3 as far as ATS wise. So I'm looking at the Chargers. I'm looking at getting 3.5 points. I know the Chargers can't stop the run. So you ask me, why am I picking the Chargers? Well, you got Baltimore. They're off a short week. If it wasn't, Colts are way ahead at first. If it wasn't for Mark Andrews catching 2 TDs and 2 extra points, on top of, the Colts unfortunately missed, field goals, extra points as well. So they're missing out on points, and Baltimore's getting lucky with these 2-point conversions 2 times in a row, and they tied it up. And it was a 22-3 in the fourth quarter. 22-3. You think you wrap it up, but no. fumbling, bumbling, the Colts did, and you know, they're letting Baltimore down the road. I mean, down the field, no problem. I don't think the Chargers are going to do all that. And Baltimore wants to get this, you know, passing game established. Lamar Jackson says, "I'm not." You know, I've heard him say in the past, "I'm not too bad for a running back." He wants to show the world he is a quarterback and can throw the ball. And I expect him to do that again in the Chargers and not be run heavy, because he wants to be known as a quarterback who can pass. So give me the LA Chargers plus 3.5. Next we got the Arizona Cardinals traveling to the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns are a 2.5 point home favorite. Arizona 5-0, the only 5-0 team left. They are 3-0 on the road and 4-1 ATS wise. Cleveland Browns 3-2, 2-0 at home and 3-2 ATS wise. The Cleveland Browns have lost only 2 games this year. Kansas City in a close, near perfect game, other than that one interception Baker Mayfield did at the end of the game, and then it played a perfect game last week against the Chargers and still lost. So when you're playing great games all season, you know, even though how well you played, you're still going to lose some games. Here, Arizona, you know, looked a little mediocre. They might have been playing it forward, you know, looking forward to the Browns game last week. And they're just due for a loss. Here we go, due up, due down again. We got Arizona Cardinals won last week, and Cleveland lost. You know, switch them up, and I think the Browns are going to take this. And plus, you know, they're at home. 2.5 points ain't that much. So give me the Cleveland Browns minus 2.5 points. Next, we got the Las Vegas Raiders traveling to the Denver Broncos. The Denver Broncos are a 3.5 point home favorite. Here we go, Las Vegas 3-2. They are 1-1 on the road and 2-3 against the spreads. They're not doing so well overall. Denver Broncos are 3-2 and 1-1 at home and 3-2 ATS as well. Denver Broncos, you know, they didn't play that well. They had 3 passes that could have been intercepted on the defense last week, and they were totally dropped. Their offense was out of sync. Bridgewater back. But then you look on the other side of the field, you got the, you know, Las Vegas, they got interim coach, Gruden's gone, locker room in, you know, totally disarray, not looking good at all, and that's what most people are going to see. This is a divisional game, so, you know, give me the Denver Broncos. It's hard to play in Mile High, so give me Denver Broncos minus that 3.5 points. Next, we got the Dallas Cowboys traveling to the New England Patriots. The New England Patriots are a 4-point home dog. Dallas, 4 straight wins. They are 4-1, 1-1 on the road, and 5-0 ATS wise. Best team to bet on, you know, so far. They have they 5-0 ATS. Enough said. The New England Patriots are 2-3. They are 0-3 at home. Haven't won a game at home yet. And 2-3 ATS wise as well. Everything in my brain tells me to bet, you know, New England, they got to win a home game, you know. Both these teams are on a win, so no one's, you know, feeling remorse from last week. So, you know, but I think Dallas is a top-notch team this year. It's, if you would have asked me at the beginning of the year, I said no, but especially this game, you know, I would have probably picked New England at home, Bill Belichick, but Dallas, you know, I don't see, you know, they seem to be the team to beat on the NFC, one of the teams to beat on the NFC, so yeah, and it's only 4 points. So give me Dallas Cowboys minus 4 points. Next, we got the Seattle Seahawks traveling to the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Pittsburgh Steelers are a 4.5 point home favorite. Seattle, 2-3, 2-1 on the road, 2-3 ATS wise. Pittsburgh, 2-3, 1-2 at home, and 2-3 ATS wise. The Pittsburgh, if they win this game, they'll bring them up to 500. They'll be a contender again. You know, Russell Wilson got his finger hurt. It's called a mallet finger. If you saw him on the field, he was trying to pull off his finger and it wouldn't straighten out. Mallet finger means that tendon that, you know, that comes through your arm. I didn't mean to do that. You go, and what it does is that what it does is it'll bend it because that tendon broke. So he had surgery on it. and he's gonna, have this like slint. You'll see him like for 2 or 3 weeks. I think 4 weeks. I heard him say, and you can't grip a football with that thing on. So, and he needs to keep that on 24/7. So Gino Smith will take over. Actually, Gino Smith looked pretty good in that last game. He did a 98-yard, all the way down for a touchdown. And then he had another drive for a field goal. It looked pretty good. I was like, what universe am I living in? But again, the defense is, playing it soft. They're just, eventually he'd screw up, and he did. He threw an interception at the end of the game, lost the game. Gino Smith is 12-19 as a starter. So, was that about 40% or so? I like Pittsburgh. I like Ben Roethlisberger as a better quarterback in this game. Seattle's defense has not been stout at all, so have Ben look like a great player against a bad defense. So give me the Pittsburgh Steelers -4.5. Last but not least, we got the Monday Night Football. We got the Buffalo Bills traveling to the Tennessee Titans. The Tennessee Titans are a 5.5-point home dog. Buffalo on a roll. I know they're on back-to-back road games. Buffalo is 4-1 and 2-0 on the road. They are 4-1 ATS wise as well, so they've been cashing machines. Tennessee 3-2 and 1-1 at home, and 3-2 ATS. So give me the Buffalo Bills, just because they've been destroying teams. They're probably the best team in the AFC, I'm thinking right now. So give me the Buffalo Bills -5.5 points. Well, that about wraps things up. Before my camera dies one more time, I forgot to charge it. That's what happens. No, I don't use an iPhone, even though those iPhones are pretty good. We're going to the teasers and best bets and suicide pick. And please listen, I'm doing my best here. No more flaming me. You're tough. You're a tough cookie. Please, I beg of you. Anyway, for the teasers this week, I got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers -1, the Kansas City Chiefs -0.5 point, as I don't think they're going to lose. The Los Angeles Rams -4.5. And I got the LA Chargers +9.5 points. Those look like solid teasers. The suicide pick this week, I got 3 teams, depending on who you had bet prior. I think this week I'm going to pick the Indianapolis Colts. It's a divisional game. I think they'll win. There's 10 points. I like Houston with the points, but I think overall Indianapolis will win. Next, I would pick Dallas or the Rams, but like I said, I'm going to save those for later. So yeah, give me the Indianapolis Colts this week. And my best bets, not so square this week. We got the Dallas Cowboys -4, the Chicago Bears +4.5, the LA Rams -10.5 points, and the Houston Texans +10. Then we got 2 square, 2 not, 4 best bets. And please, don't say I'm bad, please. Alright, that about sums things up. Thanks for stopping by. I will see you next week. Peace.